Hi there, and thank you for taking the time to review this tutorial on program registration. My name is Caitlin Matheson. I am the program manager here at the club, and I'm just going to take you through the steps that you'll need to register for any programs here at the club. So in addition to registering, I'll also show you how to add your credit card, which can really speed up the process and give you a few helpful tips, which will hopefully take the stress out of registration day. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is just navigate to our website, which is just wagwaltic, sorry about that, .ca. There we go. Sorry about that. So wagwaltic.ca. So on the top right, you're going to see member login. So this is going to take you to the private side of the member website, and that's where you're going to find the registration system. So if you click on that, you're going to have to enter a username and password. Now this username and password, if you're a new member, would have come in an email from Lisa. And if you're a returning member, you can find it on the top of an invoice, on your membership card. But if you're finding that this isn't working for you, you can always give us a call and we'll figure out what's going on for you there. If you forgot your password from last year for those returning, you can always just reset it here. So I'm just going to log myself in here, my test account. So once you get in to the private side of the website, there's a lot of information here on this front page, which I will go through in other tutorials. But for right now, we're going to focus on the registration side of things. So the registration system can be accessed just through Register Now. So there's a couple other things I'm just going to quickly show you here. We have our program guides. So that's where all the information, prices, dates, contact info you might need for each department is located, and also check your program. So this is where you would go should you have registered for something and you can't remember if you registered for session 1 or session 2, or if you put one kid in one thing and one kid in another one for those weeks. That's where you would go to get a list of your programs. But for right now, we're going to focus on the registration system. So you just click here. It's going to bring you to this page. Again, you can locate the program guides through here, but this is the big button you're looking for here. And this is going to take you to a list of programs. Now, currently the only programs we have open are the Test My Account. So these programs are open at all times, and we highly recommend that you go through them because there are a couple of things that you'll catch through this process that'll be crucial on registration day. So if you don't catch them up front, it can cause a lot of difficulties down the road. So we highly recommend that you do this. Plus, it'll just get you familiar with the process. So click on there. So what this is going to do is it's going to bring you to a drop down filter for our program. So in this case, we could choose between youth and adult. And that's going to generate a list of program groups. So at this time, the only program group we have open is Test My Account. But come registration day, you'll see summer camp, aquatics, tennis, sailing, recreation. I think that's it, but there might be a few other ones there. Lunch plan has its own program category. So essentially, whatever you're looking to register for, you choose that program category, and it's going to generate all the programs and classes that we have available. Now, under Test My Account, as you can see, we currently have 3 programs, and within each program, you're going to have classes, and those classes are what you're actually going to book, as you can see here with this big green book button. Now, with Test My Account for returning sailors and returning campers, this is a program that has a limited participation, and we've set this up so that if members want to test their eligibility as to whether they get early access to sailing programs and to camp programs, they can use these 2 test programs. Now, in this case, my test account did not take either sailing or summer camp last year, so it's not giving me advanced opportunity to register. I have to register on February 24th at 10 a.m. when it opens to the general membership. But this Test My Account general membership is open at all times, regardless of your eligibility, and it's a really good way to test your program, and how I'm going to show you how to do it. So Once you've found the program that you're looking for, you're going to click on the class options. You're going to get a list of classes. Your price, in this case, it's a test. There's no price here. You can look at the schedule. So this is going to show you all the dates and times that the program's happening, how many spaces are left, and then the big green book button, which we're going to click on. So once you get into this page, this is sort of the first process. So this is you taking your first step to adding a program to your cart. So as you can see, there are a series of, I've got Finnegan, Casey, and it looks like somebody named Little Tykes is in here. So everybody from your family should be listed here. So should you find that your child is not listed here when you do this Test My Account, it's really important that you call the main office because it means there's either an issue with your account or we need to change membership categories so that you have a child active on your account. So it's a super simple fix on our end, but on registration day, it can really slow you down. So it will not allow you to type a family member in or add a guest. So you need to make sure that everybody you're registering for shows up here. So in this case, let's add Finnegan to the test program. So the next page you're going to see is just some information. So should the system not have, for example, your child's birth date or your birth date or a home phone number or email, it's going to prompt you to fill those things in here. And it's important that you keep your membership account up to date because that information is the information that we pull, for example, in case of emergency or if we're sending important emails out, such as parent guides for summer camp. So it's very important that you keep this membership profile up to date. So once you get to allergies, you can click no, and then you actually have to type no in there, or if it's yes, we ask that you type your allergy in, and if the child carries an EpiPen or not, but we always follow up with more information on the allergies as well. So for registration purposes, some simple, clear communication on yes or no and what the allergy is, should it be no, is great. So we're going to confirm and add to program cart. So as soon as I've done that, the program that I've registered for is now in my cart. And you can see up at the top here, this is going to start counting down from 60 minutes. So that program is yours for 60 minutes. So you've got plenty of time to go back, register for other programs, register other kids in other programs, and everything is in your cart for an hour. Once this cart expires, all those spots open back up again. But most people register in and out in 10 minutes, 15 minutes max, and that's registering 2 children. So it can be very, very quick, but you do have an hour, so don't worry there. So once you get to this stage, a couple things you're going to do. A couple things you can do. So first of all, if this is the only program you're registering for, let's say you're just doing 1 week of camp, you can continue, calculate total, and check out, which we'll go through in a second. You can also go back and add a program. So that's going to take you back to that same filter screen, and you're just going to choose your program again, choose your class again, and go through the steps and end up in the same place. So you can also book another person in this program. So if I click on book another person, it's going to ask me who from my family I also want to book in this class. So this is really good when you're booking siblings, for example, siblings in the same program, siblings in the same weeks of camp. It'll save you a lot of time. So I'm going to add Casey dress up here. It's going to bring me to the same screen. I've got to again respond for allergies, confirm and add to program cart. So now I've got 2 things in my cart. So I've got Casey and Finnegan in my Test My Account for the general membership. So if I've made a mistake, obviously there's the remove button there. So I'm just going to quickly show you where the add a program brings you back to. So it brings you back to this screen. So again, you could go youth, you could go Test My Account at this time and click on your options, pick whatever it is that you're interested in here. Now I'm going to have to add myself to get back here. And then I'm back here. So now I happen to have Mr. Dressup, Casey, and Finnegan all registered in this account. At any time, you'll always see the show cart items, which will take you to your cart. So if you do get a little bit lost when you're going back to add a program, you can always get back to this stage by clicking on the show card here. So I'm happy with what I've registered here. There's nothing I want to add. I'm not going to book anybody else. So I'm just going to calculate total and checkout. And from here, it's very simple. So we calculate total and checkout. So in this case, I don't have an email on file, and that becomes important because you're going to get emailed a receipt. So I'm just going to put my WAG email in here. Okay, but if all your information was up to date, it would not prompt you to do that. So then it's going to bring you to your cart. And once you're at your cart, you're going to obviously review and your total amount will be here. In this case, these are test accounts, so they're just zero, but you'll see your subtotal and your taxes. Just as a reminder, there is no tax on youth recreation programs, but lunch plan, adult programming, and things like that, you will see tax there and total. So it's very important that you read the registration policy and liability waiver, just so that you're clear, particularly on cancellation policies and refunds. But once you've read that, you can click on that. And if you have a credit, this is the point that the program credit will show up. And it'll give you an option to use the credit and pay the remainder on the credit card, or if the credit covers it, just to use the credit. Either way, this is the stage where you would see that credit, whether you decide to use it or not. So now I'm going to place registration, and that's it. So once you get to this stage, you have completed your registration. You're going to receive an email that's going to show exactly this, but you can also print it here. Now, that final stage was made easier by the fact that I had a credit card already added to the system. So that's really, it's a quick step. It saves you from navigating away to our credit card input system and then having come back to the shopping cart. So I highly recommend that you do that. And there are other tutorials on this, but I'm just going to quickly show you how to do that because it is really simple. And then once it's set up, it's just in there and you can take it from there. So if you go now, so now we're all done our registration. Doesn't matter where you navigate, these programs are yours. You can also, I should show you here, my programs. This will give you a list of everything that everybody is registered in, and it'll also give you a list of your 2019 programs. So it looks like we did some testing with them last year, and they're still in that. So if you want to go back to your home page, just click on home. This is going to bring you back to the primary member page for your account. And you're going to be just looking for update profile. And this, first of all, is where you can update your contact information to make things a bit faster on registration day. But it's also where you can change your password, things like that. But more importantly, in this case, it's where we're going to update our payment info. So all you need to do, click on payment info. If you had a credit card already here and you wanted to get rid of it, you would have to use this deactivation button, but also we can just set up here. So in this case, there is a credit card, a test credit card on file, so you can remove card there or edit card, but it is very simple. You just go in here, type in your card number, full name, and then you're just going to submit payment. So just a standard web application for credit cards, and then that is saved on your account. So we can return to website, back to payment. Where it says submit payment, just so you know, you're actually not actually paying for something. There's a little note down there. It's just the wording from the company. You are just saving your credit card at this stage, not paying for anything. So manage payments again. If there wasn't a credit card here, you could just, there'd be this screen for you to just add it, but you can also edit one should yours be expired. Then you're going to submit payment, and that's going to put your card on file, and that's going to show up at the end of the registration system. So it's super simple. It does save you a lot of time when registering, so we really do suggest that you do that up front. So that's everything. for the registration system. I hope that this has helped, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at any time, and I highly recommend that you do go through the Test My Account process, because it really will help you just get the feel for the system, because it's very similar with every program that we register here at the club. So again, thank you for taking the time, and I look forward to seeing you all this summer.